Welcome back, football fans. This is Play Action Takes presented by Apollo Media. Boys, we had another great weekend of football. I'm here with my guys, Noah and Garrett. I am still in Miami, Florida after
what?
I don't even know what you can say about this game.
Yeah.
Except for 70. 70.
Unreal. I just kept checking the fucking. I was looking at the box score, just fucking like giggling because I was like, I cannot believe I'm watching. I'm looking at this right now.
All right, so I'll paint the picture for you boys. I'm there in the game in our season ticket seats, so it's a delightful time. So this is year 3 for our family having season tickets in Miami. The first year was the end of the last year of Brian Flores. You know, there's some hype, there's some excitement. Think you're going to be a playoff team. Miss the playoffs, whatever. The next year, we get Mike McDaniel's rookie year. The first 3 games, you're like, wow, maybe we're pretty good. And then the concussions happen and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Let me tell you, boys, the Hard Rock Stadium, the parking lots were full at 11 a.m. yesterday. Games don't start till 1. Parking lot was full. People everywhere. The fan zone's huge. F1 has built out this whole incredible pregame experience now for the Dolphins, so they just leave it up all year, and then pregame gets to be a lot more fun.
That's cool.
But boys, the stadium filled up by kickoff.
Yeah.
Just about. Like, there was very few empty seats. Like, there were still people getting beers and whatnot. The first touchdown happened 1 minute and 23 seconds into the game. Tyreek Hill, 50-something yards.
Yeah.
I mean, I looked over at Noah. I was like, the fucking Dolphins already scored. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, like we just got into the Texans game, and I went, oh, the Dolphins just scored.
I feel like the Texans, we're still, the kickoff is still going on.
Yeah, it was like, we just got into this one. What the fuck?
And it happened right in front of us. So we're about the 30-yard line, 20-yard line, few rows up. Got to see Tyreek just run right past us. It was, it got loud very quickly. Yesterday was the loudest I've heard that stadium. I've only been to probably less than 10 games now since we've had season tickets. But regardless.
Yeah.
The loudest I've heard it by a very large margin.
Yeah, right.
Very large margin. Tyreek
I'd be loud too.
The defense looked good, and then they just didn't stop scoring.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were kind of like, that was fun. I hope we get to see that a few more times. You got to see it 9 more times.
Yeah.
9 more times. You stayed for the whole game, I'm assuming, right?
Oh, yeah. Me and the whole family. It started filtering out quite quickly in the fourth quarter when they just got to 49, 56, 63. I don't know. Just so many points.
Why would you
so
leave?
many points.
I would be like, run it up, dude. Keep going.
I would never leave that game. I would not leave. Stoney, I would be at the stadium still.
I would still be there. They'd be like, let's go, man. I'd be like, no,
nope,
not leaving, dude.
Not leaving.
We might score again.
In our section, we were very much the last ones to leave. We were sort of sitting in our chairs like, I don't even know what just happened. So it's happened 4 times in NFL history that a team has scored 70 points. The last time it happened was 1966, which was the first year of the Super Bowl era.
I was going to say, and that doesn't even count. That doesn't count.
Yeah, we're not counting that. Yeah. I'm considering this the first 70-point game of all time.
This is the first one that matters.
It's 726 or 727 yards of total offense.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, that sounds blasphemous. It's it was like a college, the box score looks like a college game. Looks like a tune-up game, dude.
It's when you were 10 years old and you decided to play Madden and put it on rookie mode and the sliders up and pick the best team, and you're versing Hamburg Giants or whatever, the Germany NFL team that they used to have on the early Maddens, and then you put up 145 points on them, and you're just like, this is.
You
the
felt
best.
good, dude.
Yeah, you felt so good about yourself.
Yeah, you felt really cool.
Tua had more touchdowns than incompletions.
I know.
He threw 2 touchdowns with his left hand and 2 touchdowns with his right hand.
That sounds fucking crazy. What you just said to me sounds fucking crazy.
Damn it. No, why are y'all in the AFC?
I'm turning my hat around.
Why do y'all have to be in the AFC? Go to the NFC and
man, okay. I was thinking about it, man. It's the Dolphins have always been kind of cool, like a cool enigma to me. As long as I've been a football fan, they've never been good. Sorry, Stoney, you know this. You say it all the time. They've never been good. They now look like not just good. They now look like, they're going to the Super Bowl. Okay.
No, like
They're going Super Bowl.
genuinely in Stoney, the team. Don't get me fucking started when Jalen Ramsey's playing. The team that y'all roll out there every Sunday, genuinely, honest to goodness, the defense maybe, but for sure the offense is probably one of the best rosters ever assembled. I'm not even joking. Like that roster, what they're doing, all the speed they have is insane.
Who's the cat from A&M? The rookie? What's his name?
Oh, Devon A-Chain.
Devon
A
A-Chain?
cool 8 carries, 200-something yards, and 4 total touchdowns.
I remember y'all drafted him. I was like, okay, I got a rookie running back out of A&M. Cool. The video of Mike McDaniels,
yes.
fucking like pimping on like the camera in the war room when he drafted him, like in his suit, and he like was dapping people up. I was
he knew.
Dude, I was like watching that yesterday after the game. I was like, wow, he knew that he was just gonna fucking have 4 touchdowns a game. You know, he knew. They are all good. Everyone's good.
I'm not sure this puts the trade rumors to bed, but Raheem Mostert, Devon A-Chain look like a dynamic duo on your running back side. You also have Savannah Ahmed, who looked really good against the Patriots, happened to get injured. That's why Devon A-Chain even played on Sunday. And A-Chain just like stole the job. He might be RB1. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like he's
it's
nuts.
Funny how we were talking about the Dolphins run game and questioning it in the preseason. And now it's like, oh, they have 350 rushing yards yesterday. Okay.
I want to mention this
Crazy.
because this really puts into perspective how insane the Dolphins are right now. In the NFL this year, these have been the fastest ball carriers in the league.
Oh, this stat's fun.
By miles per hour. Tyreek Hill, week 3, 22.07 miles per hour. A-Chain, week 3, 21.93 miles per hour. Tyreek, week 1, 21.66 miles per hour. Raheem Mostert, week 2, 21.62 miles per hour. Tyreek again, week 1, 21.5 miles per hour. Week 3, 21.5 for A-Chain again. They have all the top.
They have a fucking track team who
fastest
can catch.
runs in the league.
They have a track team who can catch and run.
Shit, they're putting up 70 points. No one can.
Can you imagine if Tua was dual threat and could run?
So is that all it takes to be this good in football? Is you just get everyone fast as shit? I think.
Why wasn't it? Why didn't everyone think of? Why didn't anyone think of this?
What are we doing?
Everyone is like, I need the guy who can run the best routes. No, I need the guy with the best hands. Like, let's just get everyone fast. Let's get everyone that's fast.
Run past the other guy.
Yeah.
You know what? If John Ross was on this team, he'd be wide receiver 1. He'd be like,
wow.
or run routes. So I don't know about that. But I have 2 things to say about this team. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what to do with my hands. I was sitting there, and they just kept scoring, and me and my dad were laughing. So my dad's been a Dolphins fan since birth, essentially. Born, like, he was, I don't know, 3 years old when they went undefeated, 1972.
Yeah.
So he doesn't remember that. Yeah. But what he did say is that he remembers the most Dolphins points scored in a game before this game was like 55 or 56 against the Bears in 1977.
Damn.
So he remembers that. And then he's like, I remember Marino, like it's 3rd and 15. You're like, yeah, we got it. That's how this team feels. It's just all of the good Dolphins teams that have been in the past culminated into one just track star of a team.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, the other thing I needed to say was Jalen Waddle did not play in this game.
That's another thing. I was going to say, do you think they would have put up 80 if Jalen Waddle played? Like, what do the Broncos have? Are the Broncos worse if did they allow 80? If Jalen Waddle plays, I think so.
I think it was when they were up 21-7 in the second quarter, they decided to go for it on their own, call it 35 or 30 on 4th and 1 or whatever. They got stuffed, lost 2 yards. Defense comes in. There's a false start, another sack, and a tackle for loss, and they have to punt the ball. So it was like, you didn't lose anything on that. And then the other turnover on downs they had was at the end of the game when they kneeled it out instead of going for 73, which is the NFL record. That's the only 2 times they didn't score a touchdown.
It's ridiculous.
I saw the what's your kicker's name? Jason Sanders.
Is that it?
Yeah, Sanders.
Yeah.
He had 10 extra points. Like that's it. That's no field goals, no nothing. Just 10 extra points. That's insane. That's crazy. I saw it. It was just 10 XP. I was like, wow. Okay.
Also, Stoney, what do you think about the choice for McDaniels to not break the scoring record and go ahead and kneel it out there at the end?
Boo. Break
So he
it.
said it. Well, they wouldn't have broken it. They'd have to go for a touchdown. A field goal only
I
tied
thought they
tied
could
the
have
record.
broken it with the. I thought the record was 72
Oh.
and they needed
So
73.
it's 73 set by the Chicago Bears in like 1941, I believe. So it's not even a
Okay.
real record.
Yeah.
Doesn't count, but maybe it does. But he said it's not what they're about. They're not about embarrassing people, which they did. But
Yeah.
that's kind of what happened. But he said it's not about that, and karma goes both ways. You get good karma and bad karma. That's a good karma
Yeah.
act, not kicking the field goal and tying the
Yeah.
record or whatever. Because they're not about records; they're about W's. They're about
Yeah.
wins. Wins and losses are the only thing that matters. Stats and records are cool. Wins are the only thing that matters.
I like that he has a watch.
Dude, Mike looks so cool.
I
He has
like
a
that.
really cool watch.
Yeah, I like how he has a watch when he
Yeah.
coaches, and he has multiple watches too. That's a thing. He like watches. He's a
Limited
watch guy.
edition Breitling Navitimer. It's a stellar watch.
And you
Yeah.
know
watch.
it. They're going to the Super Bowl.
I'm a watch guy. I like watching. So,
yeah. Okay. They're going.
How
to the Super
much
Bowl.
does that watch go for on Mike's wrist?
I'm not entirely sure, but it's in the 20s, maybe the 30s.
Well, that's cool.
Because it's a gold. It's a gold watch. I think it's yellow gold and white gold combo.
What's
it's a
his
nice watch.
salary? Do you know his salary?
I don't, but it's probably a couple
It's
million.
probably like 4 or 5 million.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah,
somewhere around there, maybe 3. I can't remember what it was.
A lot of money.
But
he's doing well.
he did all right. Moving on from the Dolphins, I know this has been a Dolphins suck fest for the last 10 minutes, guys. We're sorry about that, but we've had the cameras out on this team for a while now. The Broncos, Sean Payton, Russell Wilson. What are we doing, boys?
Cameras
What are we
up.
doing?
Cameras up. I have enough. I'm placing them under arrest.
Yeah.
There's a warrant out for their arrest right now.
Yeah.
The entire team, Sean Payton, Russell Wilson, all of them. Who's the defensive coordinator? Vance Joseph? Is that the defensive coordinator?
He is, and he learned from Vic Fangio. Yeah.
Vance Joseph, he is getting life, dude. He is getting life in prison after that. Allowing over 700 total yards, 70 points.
You can't allow 70 points.
10 touchdowns.
You can't do that.
And there was 8 minutes left in the fourth when they scored the 7.
That's what's crazy.
They could have just been like, we'll go for
They
another.
could have ran that shit up if they wanted to.
So it's
Jail.
I texted it in the group. I was like, Dolphins are going for 45 today after they scored the first touchdown. I said that immediately. I was like, they're going for 45. And I said it sarcastically. It's like,
yeah, you're like,
it might hit 42, 35, 38, somewhere around there. They're going to score a lot of points today. You could just tell after the first drive. Tua had time to throw the ball, whatever. I sarcastically said that. They hit 49 in the third quarter, and then 56, 63. And the 63rd point, which was the 9th touchdown of the day, was Mike White just uncorking one to Robbie Chosen for like 68 yards. And Robbie Chosen's running right by us, and he's just wide, butt naked open. And I'm looking, and I was like, he's wide open. So I look over at Mike White, and I could just see him just winding the fuck up to throw that ball.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's going for it, and hit him right in stride on Patrick Surtain too. Like it's
when that happens,
scene for Vance
you're clowning
Joseph.
on him. You're clowning on him at that point.
There's one thing, like if they give up 35 or 42 or even 49 to this offense, you're like, okay, that was fucking stupid. You shouldn't have let that happen, Vance Joseph. But okay, it's a great team. You move on. You get past it. 70 is inexcusable.
Yeah,
no. That's
inexcusable.
That's a ridiculous performance. I'm just not even convinced that the Broncos will win a game with that defense or anything. Like, they're just so bad. And also, again, they got Sean Payton. They spent even more draft picks on Sean Payton. They're just out of a future right now. And they have no present and maybe a little bit of the past. Like, they have fucking nothing. That's just, they're nothing right now, man.
Broncos fans are just in the dirt.
Garrett Bowles was like talking to reporters, which, by the way, his voice sounds ridiculous.
It's terrible.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
And then he went, I've been here for 7 years and all I've done is lost. Dude, he's saying Garrett Bowles, who was like such as a big contract.
Yeah, dude.
Huge contract. Was saying that about his team.
Pissed.
Sheesh, man.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
The Broncos are fucked. The Dolphins are going to the Super Bowl. Here's the deal. After that game, genuinely, if the Dolphins don't, the ceiling, like it's the Super Bowl or bust. Like, y'all have to win the Super Bowl, or it has to be a failed season.
Yeah, there's no like, we got to the AFC Championship game, but we lost to the Chiefs. Like, no, we have to fucking win. I'm saying we too because I'm wearing the hat.
I'm not. Hey, Stoney, do you want to tell them now about what I got, or
let me say something real quick. As a Dolphins fan, I'm 27 years old.
Yeah,
I have never consciously seen them win a playoff game.
Wow,
win a playoff game. That's
it.
Obviously,
really
like the Super Bowl is in sight. It's week 3. You know, you gotta put this into perspective. Win a fucking playoff game, and I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just so happy if they win a playoff game because at this point, they may get a first round bye. So that's just the divisional round, and you're already in the AFC Championship game. You win one playoff game, you have the chance to be in the AFC Championship game or in the divisional round with a shot at the AFC. So win a playoff game. That's Dolphins fan perspective. Broncos fan perspective. I've got a friend by proxy of another friend. He texted him yesterday, "Are you okay?" And the guy replied back, "Football is stupid."
So it is. It can be.
It can be really stupid.
It can be. Sometimes it's
Broncos. Not great. But
Broncos, Warren out for your arrest. I'm coming.
As it goes,
Garrett the Bounty Hunter is coming.
Something that I got Garrett on the podcast last week. I gave him one of a used hat. I had been wearing that for a couple of years now. It's a great hat.
It smells like you.
Yeah, that's what I did. You know, maybe I'll wear another hat and give it to Noah. But Noah, you might be receiving a brand new Miami Dolphins hat in a different color than Garrett, so we can have both of them on the podcast.
Phenomenal! It's about time. It's about time. I get some goddamn respect over here for being a Dolphins supporter. I don't know why I can't think the Aaron Rodgers-led Jets were exciting and also be a Dolphins supporter. I don't know why I can't do that.
Stoney, when the Dolphins go to the Super Bowl, I want to be on the party bus with you.
If the Dolphins
I know you're getting a party bus. I see the look in your eyes.
If the Dolphins are in the Super Bowl, I will be dead on the streets of Las Vegas. Like, that's just
all the bowls in Vegas this year.
Yeah,
Super Bowl is in Las Vegas, so
we're going to be there. I'm going to be there.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
But I feel like we've been on the Dolphins and the Broncos far too long. Yeah. It's one game out of many games. It's an NFL podcast. We'll jump into quickly the Thursday night football game. 49ers
we'll rapid fire through the slate.
Niners 30, Giants 12. I wrote down Niners are good, Giants are bad. That's literally all you can take from this game.
Yeah, I honestly, I was watching the game. I was kind of impressed with the Giants for like a little bit. I was like, they're doing okay. And then it just Daniel Jones just fucking sucks.
He did Daniel Jones things. Yeah, less than 200 yards passing. You're not going to win a game more than likely if you're not going to run the ball. And no Saquon Barkley, you're not running the ball already.
40 million a year.
I mean, they're leading
40 million a year. By the way, that's insane.
It's crazy. Their leading rusher. Their leading rusher in this game was Matt Breida with 4 carries for 17 yards.
Yeah, that's tough.
That ain't gonna cut it. Oh, also their leading receiver was Darius Slayton with 32 yards.
That seems good.
You're not getting anything done there.
Yeah,
Christian McCaffrey, really good at football too.
Oh my god.
Everyone on the Niners is really good. It seems like
McCaffrey's RB1. We can agree about that.
Devon A-Chain might have something to say about that after yesterday.
Dude, so you walked into that one.
Wrap it up. Yeah. Wrap it up, Buttercup.
Yeah, no. Christian McCaffrey, obviously RB1.
Yeah.
We'll go back to Sunday early slate. Colts beat the Ravens in overtime, 22-19. Gardner Minshew stepped out of bounds, pulled a Mr. Dan Orlovsky. There's been a couple of those now, so maybe Dan's not going to – you got to call it the Dan Orlovsky, but stepped out of bounds for a safety to put the Ravens up 19-14, right? Or 19-15, something like that. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, something
16,
like that.
16. 16-18.
Okay, yeah.
And then I think he stepped out of bounds 19-16. Yeah.
Yes.
There it is. Early slate, I'm a little wonky on. I had a lot of pineapple tequilas. I didn't have Red Zone on in my lap. Like I couldn't just watch everything. I had 70 points in my face. I couldn't watch anything else.
Right. Yeah. Understandable. This game, I wouldn't even pay attention to this game because I was like, Ravens are gonna win.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Gardner Minshew, fucking Uncle Rico, pulled it out of his ass. Like he's just kind of like he's really good at just pulling wins out of his ass when he should not win.
If he doesn't have to be the starter and he just has to come into the football game and then play 1 or 2 more weeks,
he's
awesome.
He's going to go undefeated.
Here's absolutely the absolute number one option, and we'll touch on this, I assume, when we get to this game in a minute. The Jets need to be calling the Colts about Gardner Minshew right now. And when Anthony Richardson's healthy again,
really,
yeah, Gardner, excuse me, Gardner on that Jets team. That Jet, not saying that the Jets team is going to be good again by any means, but they're going to get way more production out of Gardner than Zach Wilson.
I don't think the Colts are going to give him up now because there's been 2 weeks now that Anthony Richardson's been injured.
Well, but when AR gets healthy, I think they could move him.
I don't know. I mean, I dig it. I dig it. Getting the stash out there in the New York winter, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Colts will let him go, man. Yeah. But Gardner Minshew pull a win out of his ass. Ravens not under surveillance, but you're getting close, buddy.
You're under surveillance for me personally because I really wanted them to beat the Colts, so the entire AFC South would be 1-2. That's what I wanted, but now they're 2-1 for some fucking reason.
Also, Jonathan Taylor completely in the dirt right now because Zach Moss went off again, and now Jonathan Taylor's leverage is just dwindling.
What did I say before? Like back when we were recording about how this just never works out for running backs.
Like Le'Veon.
Jonathan Taylor now looks stupid because Zach Moss is going crazy.
Yeah,
and now they're saying, look, anybody can probably do your job, bud. So get out there and play. It's crazy.
Yeah, now that the Dolphins can just average 188 yards a game, it's like your number one option where your agent wanted you to go, where you wanted to go is like, well, I don't know if we need you, buddy.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm going to pay you. I'm going to pay Tua an extra $52 million a year.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Ravens, not necessarily under surveillance, but the cameras are coming out of the bags. The cameras are coming out of the camera bag.
Yeah, I'm attaching the flash bulbs right now. I'm kind of screwing them in.
You didn't lose to Anthony Richardson. You lost to Gardner Minshew, which has happened to plenty of teams before, but it's a backup quarterback and a roster that won 4 games last year and looked like it might win 4 games this year, but they're already halfway there. They've already won 2.
Yeah, pretty wild. So good for the Colts.
Yeah. Moving on. Browns 27, Titans 3. I wrote down this just means more that the Titans are really bad, not necessarily that the Browns are really good.
I hard agree. Titans fucking suck.
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill, he's gonna be benched. I already said it before, like give him a few weeks, he'll be benched. But I gotta tell you,
buddy.
I gotta tell you, the Browns defense is so good.
It's really good.
It's really good. And I was not big on the Browns because of their offense, and their offense did better yesterday than the weeks prior, but that defense is good enough to win the division, I think. That defense alone is it's really good. Really, really good. Might be like top 3 right now.
It seems like there's 15 guys on the field when they're playing defense.
Yeah.
It's just like there's too many guys, but it's just 11, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Myles Garrett might be a prime candidate to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
He had 3.5 sacks yesterday.
Yeah.
He was just playing. He was playing. There was a part in the game when the Titans they're shifting over guys towards Myles Garrett's side, and it took so long they got a delay of game because they're shifting over guys to Myles Garrett, trying to like double team him, triple team him, and they got a flag because of that. And Myles Garrett, of course, was fucking dancing and dribbling a big basketball and shit, like just playing with them, just playing with his food. Like it was awesome.
Now the Browns are sadly, I was like kind of liked how last week they looked really shitty. And I know they're only playing the Titans, but you know the Texans. We have their first round pick is our only first round pick, and I'm hoping they would lose a lot of games. Even the offense played. They all looked great, honestly. Even 4 and Amari Cooper looked fine.
I think the Titans might be bad though. So
the Titans are bad.
Fingers crossed. The Titans are just really, really bad.
The Titans are bad, and also I just want to give a big with all due respect, it brought a lot of happiness to me. But DeAndre Hopkins, why the fuck did you go to Tennessee? That's an insane choice.
New England would have been way better for him.
Oh my God, New England. He chose Tennessee over New England.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I think they gave him way more money than what New England was offering. But
true.
And he could have went to the Jets, which let's just
money.
Go ahead and get into that one. Patriots 15, Jets 10. I was talking to my dad yesterday. I was like, this is gonna be 10-3, 13-6. Like that, and it's 15-10, so it's the same kind of game. I wrote down Zach Wilson, LOL.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Zach Wilson had the fucking sidelines fuming. Dude, they were all yelling and shit at each other because of Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson was just sitting there like fucking just not talking, and everyone around him was just yelling at each other. He was like, I caused this. This was me. It's like, when you get, you do something really bad as a kid and your parents will start yelling at each other like, what the fuck are we gonna do? This is fucking bullshit. This situation is stressful now because of our kid, and you're just sitting there like, wow. Oops.
You just get the most halfway competent quarterback in this situation. They win 8 games.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I know y'all are maybe they're gonna have to give up something for Gardner, but I think that'd be a great move.
I would just want to also put out there that Noah said that they might win 10, 11 games.
All right,
Zach Wilson. You did say that.
I did. I had a little more faith in Zach than what he's doing.
Probably a little bit to drink. It's
I was drinking.
Say things.
I was drinking beer. What do you want me
to
do?
It was this time of the day when we recorded.
I'm aware.
Which that's another issue, Noah. We'll talk to HR
that's a different
podcast. Yeah. Patriots, good for them. They got to win, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Ezekiel Elliott had a solid day.
Oh, I mean, they just eked by.
We need to say something about Mac Jones here. Dirty player, Mac Jones.
Dude,
the narrative has been there.
Dirty. He is dirty. He has a history.
Yeah.
A punch in the nuts, another punch in the nuts, another punch in the nuts. He did it again yesterday. CJ Mosley and him got into it towards the end of the game, I believe. Mac was just blocking him for no reason. The game and the play is over, but Mac Jones is just fucking with CJ Mosley. Mosley just big bodies him, takes him to the ground. But it was after a nut shot, allegedly.
Yeah, Sauce Gardner was saying that Mac's trying to make sure you can't have kids.
Yeah, which isn't the first time that Mac Jones has done this in the NFL or in college. Mac Jones.
Was it last year? He was like twisting some guy's ankle.
Yes,
like in the pile, and he was twisting a guy's ankle. I forgot who it was, but it's fucking. He's got a history, man. Quit doing that shit, man.
Not my Alabama quarterback. Patriots 1-2, Jets 1-2, I believe, right? So the stinkers of the AFC East, to say the least. Yeah. And then another part of the top of the AFC East: Bills 37, Commanders 3. Bills are back.
Bills are back. I remember after week 1, I was like, maybe put them under surveillance. No, they're fine. They're good. They're a good team.
Why is Josh Allen still throwing interceptions though? Stop throwing interceptions. He
just throws it. I mean, he's a gunslinger, man.
I know. But he threw it 32 times. It's like that's not insane.
In the 90s, like when people are watching Green Bay Packers and Brett Favre, they're like, "Why does Brett Favre just like if there was podcasts back then? They're like, why does he keep throwing interceptions? Just throw more touchdowns than interceptions."
Yeah, and then he'll throw like a crazy pass. He'll throw like a laser beam, and it'll be insane. It'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to
truck somebody into the end zone.
I'm going to put Sam Howell under surveillance right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to put the commies, the Washington commies under.
Commies.
Yeah, sure. I'm not going to put the Commanders under surveillance because they can plug in anyone and still be close to 500 somehow at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But Sam Howell, the flash bulbs are out, buddy. You can't throw 4 picks like that after going 2 good wins in a row. You can't do that, buddy.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's like fair. You're on your way to being benched after that.
And we'll talk about it later this week, but Bills Dolphins in Buffalo next week, 1:00.
Criminal that it's 1:00, by the way.
That is.
Yeah, I think the reason that it's a 1:00 is they didn't want to have both Bills Dolphins games on primetime because currently the Dolphins Bills at the end of the season, last game of the season in Miami is a TBD game. Like our ticket's still TBD, so
that makes sense.
It could be a Saturday night game, it could be a Sunday night game. We'll have to see. So maybe that's why, but still 1:00. Like this should be a 4:25 game at the least, or a 3:25. Regardless, we'll get into that later this week on Thursday. Yeah. But Lions 20, Falcons 6. I wrote down Lions back. The Lions are back. They're fine.
Lions back.
They look
Sam
okay.
Laporta had a great game. Touchdown, bunch of catches. Jared Goff looked good again.
Yep.
Falcons, we knew the Falcons weren't going to be super good. They just had a couple good wins.
The
Lions, they look like the Lions again, and I think they're fine.
Yeah.
So the Falcons have spent their last 3 first-round picks on offensive players, and their offense just looks like mundane against good teams. They look like when you play a good team, a good defense, they don't look great.
Yeah.
It's and I think it's purely just quarterback problem. After this year, maybe they'll find someone better than Desmond Ritter, but I just don't see it in Ritter. I don't see it in him. So I don't know if it's a long season for the Falcons. They might end up being because their defense is actually pretty good, but it's not great. Not looking great for the Falcons' outlook.
Could have had
Bijan
one more.
Robinson looked a little more human today. I don't know, but still he had a good game. I mean, he had 4 receptions for 27 yards and 10 rushes for 33. His rushing yards are pretty low, but I don't think anything could get going against the Lions yesterday. So Lions back.
Yep. Back in the win column.
Another weird game up in Green Bay. Packers 18, Saints 17. Derek Carr gets slammed to the ground. They say it's a shoulder injury. I don't know how it's just a shoulder injury because the boy looked lost.
Yeah, he did.
Concussion. It looked like a concussion, but if it wasn't, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Just based off of last season, everything looks like a concussion now, like every time anyone hits a head. So
very true.
Derek Carr gets hurt. They're up 17-0. Jameis Winston, Taysom Hill kind of go back and forth on quarterback duties throughout the rest of the game. Packers have an 18-point comeback in the fourth quarter where they turn the ball over on like the 15 or 20-yard line, about to score for the first time at the very beginning of the fourth quarter, and they turned it over on downs, and they still came back and won. Went for 2 on the first touchdown that they got, 17-11, then 18-17. Great drive by Jordan Love at home, in front of the home crowd. Bad loss for the Saints. You can't be up 17-0. Your quarterback goes out and you can't score 3 points.
No, that's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough tickets.
Well, and then they missed that field goal at the end to lose.
Well, he missed 2 field goals. He missed the 49-yarder and then the 51-yarder, right? Or 46 or 51.
Yeah, can't be doing that.
Saints kicker is on surveillance.
Well, yeah,
under surveillance for sure.
I'll put the. I don't want to punch down into a kicker. Kickers are like everyone else on the fields. They only, they kick field goals, sure, but I don't want to put them under the surveillance.
Well, if you miss,
I don't want to be mean.
Missed 2. Fuck them. Fuck them, dude. If you missed 2,
I feel like putting a kicker under surveillance is mean, dude.
That's not mean. He fucking blew the game.
All right, dude.
He blew the game.
Put him under fucking splash bulbs are out, buddy.
Dude, he hit. It was like a 45-yarder.
What is it,
Will
Lutz?
Game.
Is it?
I don't know. Is it still Will Lutz? I don't know.
I have no idea, but we're about to talk about a kicker here in a second that missed a couple field goals in a game that could have been a little bit closer. But yeah, the Saints, you can't lose that game. 17-0 in the fourth quarter, and you get the turnover on downs at the beginning of the fourth quarter. All you got to do is kick 1 chip shot field goal. That game's over. You didn't do it.
Yeah. Also good for the Packers and Jordan Love because losing this game would be not that the Bears and Vikings are 0-3. They're firmly in. I mean, they're tied with the Lions right now, so they're good. They're good, sitting pretty, man.
For this next game, Chargers at Vikings. Chargers 28, Vikings 24. I wrote down one note and one note only. Brian Flores is a fraud.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
fraud.
Fucking buddy. I mean,
100%.
Like Keenan Allen could not stop catching footballs.
He also threw a touchdown.
He did.
He also threw a touchdown. Like he was doing it all. He was just. They were like. I mean, he had used God mode. He went God mode. He had He went beast mode yesterday, dude.
Yep.
Every week the Vikings have, other than their Bucs game where they lost 17-16, you lose to the Chargers 28-24, so 28 points on the board. You lose to the Eagles with 34 points on the board, 34-28, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. You can't be giving up that many points against these teams that you have beat in the past with your defenses. How? Why? I don't get it.
Just also, I mean, Kirk and the offense, they're doing so well. Their
Justin Jefferson
numbers
scored a touchdown, Good for him.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson scored a touchdown. Thought might have been like the game, actually. I was like, oh, they're going to win. They're going to win this game. But nope, they blow it at the end. And also at the end, they just Kevin O'Connell, what the fuck? Kirk and the offense, what the fuck? Wasting time getting up to the line. Right when you're about to score, wasting time, didn't clock it or anything. Very rushed, throw an interception, end of the game. Ended it in a very Vikings fashion. That's exactly how I expected that game to go. One person was going to throw a game-ending interception.
Kirk Cousins is so good at football, and I've never given him the credit that because I don't think he's ever really shown me. And now this year, I'm seeing it, and I'm seeing how the team around him continuously is letting him down. And I have a prediction. He's a free agent after this season. One, I think the Vikings are tanking for Caleb. And then two, I think Kirk Cousins has a reunion in Washington and goes back and plays, like signs a 2-year deal with Washington. And then they're going to be fucking pretty solid with Kirk Cousins.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that, dude. Bring him back. Let's go back to the old days.
He's got to get out of Minnesota.
Back to the old ways of doing things.
He's got to get out of Minnesota. Minnesota is
Oh,
just...
yeah. I called last week for his release
yeah.
out of Minnesota because, like, get him out of there. It's not his fault anymore. I'm tired of people saying, fucking, it's his fault, dude. He can't win games. No, man. The Vikings can't win games.
The stat line's fucking ridiculous.
No, he's playing. Dude, he is like the best quarterback in the NFL right now based on numbers.
Justin Herbert also had a crazy day, but 40 for 47, 405 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's crazy. But Kirk to Washington would be awesome. And also imagine Caleb Williams with this offense would be crazy.
I mean, they still need a defense.
They do need a defense.
Still need a defense.
But the thing is, here's the deal. Kirk is 35 years old. Kirk has 2 more years in the league, maybe. At the really, maybe 3 if you're pushing it, but probably 2. At least with Caleb, they get a guy like a rookie who they can build their defense throughout the years with him getting older. But Kirk, they're wasting his prime. They're wasting him. They're wasting his potential, and it's a bummer.
And last year, the Vikings had, 10, 11, 12, 13 one-score games where they ended up 13. They went 13-4. The ball's bouncing the other way now. All 3 of them have been one-score games, and they've lost all 3. The ball's just bouncing the other way. They had
That's what happens when you don't address defense. That's what happens when you don't address defense.
You lose a home playoff game last year, and now the ball's just – it's not coming back. It's on the other side of the court. It's on the other side of the field. You're not getting it again. Last game of the slate. Welcome to Victory Monday, boys. How's it feel?
Feels fucking good.
How does it feel?
About fucking time. I can't say I did call that. I did say we were going to win. I didn't actually. I just said it was a winnable game.
It's pretty close, though.
We'll talk more about it in Off the Gridiron.
Yeah.
But all I got to say is, yes. That's what I fucking like seeing right
Stoney,
there, buddy.
I know you've admitted it, but I just want to hear you say it one more time.
Yeah, if you haven't already.
You were very wrong.
Head to apollohou.com. I wrote a blog about CJ Stroud.
Link down below to that article.
We'll link it. Texans win 37-17. Will Anderson blocking the field goal. Special teams having a kickoff return with a fullback.
The rookies. All of them.
All of the Stroud, rookies. Tank Dell. They all look good. They all did. John Mechie had a couple.
Henry To'oTo'o.
John Mechie looked good, yeah. Henry To'oTo'o looks good.
The offensive line looked a little bit better from what I saw. I watched the YouTube game highlights,
the
13, 15.
They didn't allow
you know how many sacks? Zilch. That's how many. 0.
That's
nada.
The best feeling.
Nothing.
Oh my God.
Best feeling.
Dude, watching CJ Stroud have time in the pocket, it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. It's just art. It's a work of art every time he stands up in the pocket and throws the ball. It's art.
It sure is.
That's all I got to say.
So,
I'm not going to say about the I'm not going to say nothing about the Jaguars. Fuck those guys. I was saying a lot of things about the Jaguars yesterday, though.
Under surveillance as fuck.
They are under surveillance.
Oh, 100%. Cameras are out. Like I've been told.
Reporting.
I was told. I'm not gonna point fingers or anything, but I was told Trevor Lawrence is a top 3 quarterback. I was told that by 1 or 2 people.
I was told that Trevor Lawrence by all these talking heads on ESPN and NFL Network that Trevor Lawrence is a tier above Tua Tagovailoa, but
I never said that.
I don't know about. No, the talking heads on NFL Network and ESPN and all that. But I remember a lot of people being just putting that out there that Tua is a tier or 2 below Trevor Lawrence. Couldn't be me. But yeah, if you want to hear more about the Texans win against the Jaguars 37-17, go ahead and check out Off the Gridiron presented by Apollo Media. These boys will get you held down for all of your Houston Texans takes and analysis and CJ Stroudness, you know?
Yeah. Oh, the eepisode today is just going to be a CJ Stroud just
glaze fest.
Glazing.
Dude. Yeah. I mean, everyone says glazing. The glazing that's going to go on in that episode.
Oh my God,
fucking insane. Dude.
It's just Krispy Kreme on that episode.
Oh my God, dude.
All I'm going to see.
Head on over. That sounds awesome.
It should be up, honestly. If you're watching this, Off the Gridiron should be up too. So go watch it.
Yep. Afternoon slate. Cameras out, boys. Cameras are so out. We've hit the record button on the Dallas Cowboys. Cardinals 28, Cowboys 16. How
Man, that
the
was tough.
fuck
That
do
was
you lose this game?
fucking tough, dude. And I don't fucking care, dude. I know someone, not gonna name any names, pointing any fingers. I know someone who's talking mad shit, fucking saying Cowboys Super Bowl. Oh yeah, they have the best defense. Oh, really have the best defense? Oh, allowed 200 rushing yards to the fucking Arizona Cardinals. Okay, okay, buddy.
Would this person be located in the office with y'all?
Interesting. You say that.
Would he also
No
happen to be on Off the Gridiron last week at the end of the week?
I will give this person credit because yes, to your question, on Off the Gridiron, he did say he's fully expecting them to break his heart soon. So
okay.
I'm like, I was like,
I'll
okay,
I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
He knows, and you can't lose to the Cardinals.
No.
You can't lose to the team who is actively tanking.
Yeah,
like you can't.
That's tough. Are they even tanking? They
I
look
don't
like
know.
they're trying, dude.
I don't know
good.
anymore.
They look kind of.
They've looked good on Sunday.
Dude, is Jonathan Gannon a guy?
No, come on.
No.
They met the bad side of Matt, or Mike McCarthy. They met the bad side of him.
Dude, Josh Dobbs. Sorry, but listen, Josh Dobbs was 17 for 21, but Joshua Dobbs, by the way, just letting you know, was 17 for 21, had 200 yards passing and a touchdown. James Conner had 14 carries, 98 yards and a touchdown. Like, I'm sorry, but and also that defense, not bad. It's really not that bad at all. Like, they got guys. I don't like the Cardinals. I'm not saying the Cardinals are going to win 10 games, 9 games, but they're not going to have the first overall pick. I'll tell you that much. That ain't happening.
We'll see.
we haven't talked about it, but Trayvon Diggs went down with an ACL injury in practice last week. We recorded early last week, so we weren't able to talk about it. That sucks. That's part of your back half of your defense. You love that guy, man. Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs. That's the heart of your defense, and you lose half of it. Obviously, things aren't going to be as good. And then you have, 2 or 3 different offensive line out on the Cowboys last week. I don't want to fucking hear it. The Dolphins didn't have half their offensive line to start the season. Don't want to fucking hear it. We've had 1 sack in 3 games with half our offensive line. I think Sunday was the first time the Dolphins had their offensive line together. So
I don't want to hear it. The Texans are down 4 starters on the offensive line. I don't want to hear shit about injuries.
Talk about that. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear that at all. Cowboys, you cannot lose this game against a team that, like you said, actively tanking. Maybe not. I don't know. But the Cardinals, I thought they were going to pull the whole first half dipsy-do. Look at these. Look at the Cardinals in the first half.
Yeah.
And then, it didn't last.
Yeah, the Cowboys just didn't have
last
enough juice.
Week. But the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, what are we doing? Throwing into triple coverage? Don't get it.
That interception, that red zone interception, slow it down. What is he looking at? What is he looking at there? There's nothing there. Trying to fucking make shit happen, I guess, but don't make shit happen like that. Against a bad team when you're losing like that. Like that just makes it worse. It makes it all bad.
What I like is with all this being said about how bad the Cowboys played, Tony Pollard still put up 122 rushing yards. Tony Pollard is one of the best things that happened to this Cowboys team in a while. Like he's so good.
Pollard's
and CeeDee Lamb, what are you doing? This is what happens when you draft a fucking Oklahoma player. I'm just saying.
Well, I know this is what happens when you. Or never mind. I was gonna say something mean. Sorry, still. I was gonna say this is what happens. When you have a Mississippi State guy at quarterback.
Hey.
It's true.
No, there's only been one Mississippi State quarterback to make the league. So
I was about to say, you want to talk all this shit about OSU quarterbacks. Mississippi State quarterbacks are looking pretty whack.
Well, there are no OSU quarterbacks, so
that's true. Not a single one.
At least we got one. Cowboys can't be losing that game. Let's get this game out of the way. Chiefs 41, Bears 10. Chiefs are back. Bears suck.
Taylor Swift is in the house.
Taylor Swift. That was the only topic of conversation during the game, and it was a little as a guy that I rock with Taylor Swift. I don't know if I'm a Swiftie necessarily, but
cool.
Good music.
Cool, man.
She's cool. Yeah. It's good stuff. That was the only thing talked about on the game, which it was 41-10. So yeah, I get it, but
what else you can talk about?
Yeah. Whatever.
I liked when she screamed, "Let's fucking go."
That was cool.
after Kelsey scored. They might get married. It'll be the next royal. It'll be the American royal wedding.
That is the royal wedding.
Everyone's going to unite after that.
Yeah.
Also, just quickly, glaze over it. Fucking Bears, not a franchise anymore. I've never seen a franchise collapse this hard in like this so early into the season. Wow. Justin Fields is done. They might be getting Caleb Williams.
FBI raids at the defensive coordinator allegedly.
Absolutely. Everyone's being arrested right now. Everyone's being escorted into the police car or the police van right now.
Talk about being arrested. We don't really know what's happening there, so we can't say too much without like being legally liable there. But FBI raid happened at the defensive coordinator's house last week. He resigns. Then was it Ryan Poyle comes out, the GM? He's like, yeah, everything's fine. We got great locker room chemistry. Like this team's gonna be just fine. It's week 3. You don't have a press conference saying it's fine in week 3 and things are fine.
Yeah, no,
never. Not once in the world has that happened.
$100,000 worth of equipment was stolen from Soldier Field.
And then you have the groundskeeping equipment, just all of it stolen.
Wait, that happened?
Yeah.
So they found out that it was groundskeeping equipment. So it's like lawnmowers and paint or whatever it may be. $100,000 worth of that was stolen. They don't know how it happened. The cameras don't see anything. The fence was broken into. Yada, yada, yada. That's an inside job. Everyone should know that by now.
Yeah.
But the Bears are kind of fucking stupid, so they're probably looking all over the streets of Chicago for them.
Dude, God. I'm not gonna front. I did not know about the fucking FBI raid. I did not know about this big heist. I didn't.
Talk about a fucking dumpster fire, dude.
There's gonna be a 30 for 30 about this season for the Bears.
So right now they might end up with 1 and 2 because the Panthers are bad. We'll get to that game, but they might end up with 1 and 2. Like they might be the ones that get Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Yeah, Bears, you don't even fucking deserve 1 or 2. So please don't. Just win a handful of games so you're not in that potential situation. I don't want to see a really good player go to Chicago. Fuck them. They don't deserve it.
They haven't paid Justin Fields, right?
No.
Okay. Good.
No, this is like, was this year 2? Is it year 3?
Year three.
Okay, so you still like this summer they'll be like, yeah, we'll pick up your 5th-year option.
It must suck.
That's what we'll see.
It must suck when the most famous woman on the planet is actively rooting against you.
Oh yeah.
And you're getting blown out.
Yeah.
And she screams, "Let's fucking go!" when you get 40 put up on you.
You got like Taylor Swift era tour updates, tweeting out videos from the game, like.
Yeah.
Look at Taylor eating a chicken finger with ranch and ketchup.
Yeah.
Like just game updates, and it's only Taylor Swift updates. That was all it was. Yeah, Chiefs are back. Bears. I don't even know if you deserve to be in the league anymore. Move the team out of Chicago. I don't care that it's like the original franchise and George Halas. Don't give a fuck anymore. Get them out. Last game of the afternoon slate, Seahawks 37, Panthers 27. I wrote down that the Panthers just need to play Andy Dalton if they want to win any games because their draft pick doesn't matter this year. Draft position doesn't matter for the first round. So play Andy Dalton. He's going to give you a better shot at winning than Bryce Young right now.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
It's true. Bryce Young is look, no. I'm going to Bryce Young's probably still going to be a good quarterback in the league. He's just small, and it's going to take him longer to acclimate. It's going to take him longer to acclimate to the league. And Andy Dalton also looked damn good yesterday. Andy Dalton's old reliable.
I have nothing bad to say about Andy Dalton's career.
No.
I have nothing bad to say about his career.
He played 361 yards and 2 tutties yesterday.
The guy's been in the league since 2011.
Yeah.
Nothing bad to say about his career.
Yeah, he's a pro. He is a pro's pro.
He's going to be in a bunch of commercials in the future. Watch, like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Andy Dalton being damn good is a stretch, but he's much better than Bryce Young right now, and that's kind of what matters for the Panthers. But if you want like the first overall pick in the second round, then sure, fuck it, put Bryce Young back in there. But you might mess with his confidence. You might mess with his injuries. Like he might get injured more. That offensive line is not good. There's no running game. There's no weapons. What is he supposed to do? Andy Dalton's been here for over a decade. Yeah, but he's been over here for over a decade. Like he knows what's going on in an NFL game. Bryce Young has no clue yet.
Yeah.
He's played in 2.
Yeah.
running for his life the entirety of them. So, yeah, just put Andy Dalton in, call it a day, let Bryce Young just develop for a year, get used to the offense, get used to the NFL, and then let's see what happened like week 17, week 18 this year, and then throw him in there. But I don't know. I'm not a Panthers fan, so I don't care.
Don't give a fuck. I mean, I
don't
care.
care.
I care. I like football, but
Right.
They're so boring. They're such a boring team.
I liked how Andy Dalton's hair and beard looked with the blue and black though. Like really
that was a good
popped.
contrast. Yeah.
Also, it's like it was an overcast day in Seattle. He just
yeah.
was the brightest thing in that stadium. So that was
great.
cool to watch. Also, Seahawks are good. I don't care.
Seahawks are good. What Texans player said it? Like, thank God we won that game last year, so we didn't end up with Bryce.
Brevin Jordan
is what he was saying.
Yeah. Brevin Jordan.
Brevin.
Well, Brevin Jordan is having his career revitalized by CJ Stroud right now, so I'm not shocked at all. Brevin Jordan had some like hype last 2 years with Davis Mills, and it was just not doing anything. And then all of a sudden, he's been getting targets and catching touchdowns and stuff. He's pumped.
I don't know. I thought that was funny because we
hilarious.
Just need to save that for a later date for non-Texans fans. If you're a Panthers fan, go find that video, bookmark it, just in case.
Oh yeah, no, they're gonna. But
you got
good
to
luck with that.
Just in case. I'm not saying anything's gonna happen, but you got to bookmark it.
Yeah,
moving on to Sunday night, Pittsburgh Steelers 23, Las Vegas Raiders 18. Jimmy G threw 3 picks and now is in concussion protocol.
Damn.
Yuck. It was not a very good game once again.
At the end, it wasn't bad, but I gotta tell you,
but it was so gross.
I mean, I gotta tell you, Joshua McDaniels is under fucking surveillance, dude.
Yeah, he sucks.
I saw a stat. So after going 6-0 in his first 6 games with the Denver Broncos with Tim Tebow, essentially, he is. I don't want to get this wrong, but I believe it's 10-28 as a head coach since then.
That's not good.
So overall, he's only 16-28.
Yeah,
and really 10-28 because Tim Tebow had God on his side. So, Josh McDaniels, not good. Jimmy G,
not good.
Not good. Devontae Adams had a great game. A lot of targets,
really fucking good.
Touchdowns. He's really fucking good.
Devontae's good. Actually, it's funny. There's a lot of talent on that Raiders team. The quarterback and the coach.
Jacobs is there. I don't know where.
Jacoby Myers is good. Jacoby
Myers. Yeah, a lot of good things on that Raiders team.
Jacoby Myers, so he better be good.
But another interesting thing, you know how many catches Hunter Renfrow, former 1,000-yard Pro Bowl receiver, has?
Did he have does he for the season or just
for the season? Night? For the season, you know how many catches he has?
Is it 2?
He has 3. He has 3.
It's really close. So I thought
it actually might be 2. That's only one way.
I saw a bunch of discourse this morning. Wasn't Hunter Renfrow really good at football? Why do the Raiders just not throw him the football anymore?
Just not in the as a former New England guy, you might want to throw it to the fucking white boy.
Yeah, seriously.
You think you'd be used to that?
In the slot, just having little out routes, that get 10 yards first down. Why aren't we utilizing that? We were doing it for 10 years in New England.
Devontae Adams is still fucking crazy though.
Devontae Adams is an animal.
172 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah. That is a quarterback stat line right there. That sounds like Desmond Ritter's day.
Yeah, I think Devontae Adams finally got fed up of everyone talking about Justin Jefferson last year and Tyreek Hill and all that kind of stuff. He's like, nah, just checking in here from Las Vegas. Still the guy.
Yeah,
that's what he's thinking. I think Tyreek's going to hit 2,000 yards, by the way, this year. That's going to be fun. But yeah, it was a gross Sunday night game. TJ Watt still fucking nuts.
Really
they were calling a lot of weird penalties too.
Yeah, there was a dude. It was like a Big Ten game at first. It was like a Big Ten game.
It was strange.
Kenny Pickett did pretty good.
Gross. Yeah,
Kenny Pickett, not bad.
Whatever. George Pickens, that flying block that he did. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
The run that was going out of bounds, and then George Pickens kind of looks behind him and just throws his body in the way of a Raider, and the Raiders just what are we doing here? It wasn't even an attempted block. It's just when your friend accidentally bounces on the trampoline in front of you and you just kind of knock him away. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Sunday night.
Before we move off this game, you think the Texans have any shot against the Steelers next week?
I don't know. I don't think so. The defense is just so good.
It's good. It's really good.
And
it's really good.
Granted, y'all play Baltimore. the Colts don't have like a great defense. The Jaguars, we don't even know what their defense is. I think they outperformed for a week against the Chiefs, the Jaguars.
Yeah.
So it just depends. Like, do you get Tunsil? Like, is Tunsil there?
Hope so.
I hope.
Maybe.
Hope so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The defensive line's just so scary. And then Minka Fitzpatrick back there just ready to kill Tank Dell or whoever may be catching the ball over the middle is terrifying. I think it'll be a close game just because I don't think the Steelers' offense is very good. But, yeah, the defense is just so good that I'm more in favor of the Steelers winning that game than the Texans. But we'll hit that one up on Thursday. The Steelers' defense is so good. The offense may be just good enough to win a handful of games.
Yep.
That's all it is. Monday night, Eagles at Bucks. It's the Baker game. It's the Garrett game.
Let him bake, dude.
I can't wait for this game.
Yeah, let them bake, dude.
Yeah, I can't wait.
And then Rams at Bengals.
Thing that they say, by the way, let them bake.
Let them bake. That's pretty good. Rams at Bengals. Bengals Super Bowl rematch. Joey Burrow probably not playing. I don't think.
Probably not.
Maybe.
Nope.
Doesn't seem like he's going to.
If he does, I'm gonna be pretty fucking pissed for fantasy reasons. But
yeah. Well, nevertheless.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think if Joe Burrow doesn't play, my interest for that game soars downward. Like it pretty much lands. Like it's not in the air anymore. It's kind of boring, but it'll be fun. It'll be a fun uniform matchup. How about that? They're wearing the all whites
matchup.
Yeah,
sure. Why not? Yeah, that's week 3. A lot of great games. A lot of fun games. 70 points were hung up on the board by the Miami Dolphins. The Texans won a game. Victory Monday for the podcast.
Yeah, I know. We're in a good mood, dude.
The
vibes are vibing.
The vibes are vibing real nice.
Yeah.
This is great.
Well, and also I just want to throw this out there to the national fucking media. I swear to God, not one mention all day that we beat
the agenda is clear,
dude,
by the way.
Nobody. I get it. I do. But we have a rookie quarterback who's breaking records, or at least setting records. We beat the Jags, who everyone said we're going to blow the Texans out of the water. We were
heavy underdogs.
Texans dominated.
Heavy underdogs.
No one's saying shit. And I'm interested to watch the shows today. I'm interested to see if anyone's going to at least talk about CJ Stroud. Like that's a story, but
deserves to be talked about.
It
isn't.
Does.
So
it does.
The agenda is clear.
It is.
Yeah, take that, national media.
Yeah.
We're giving it to them, dude.
Sorry that everyone wants to talk about the Dolphins scoring 70 points, overshadowing the Texans. But
it's happened 4 times in like people that went to World War II.
Well, yeah, no shit. You got 4 or 5 Usain Bolts on the team. What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, I don't know. I hope they score 70 every game. That'd be awesome. Stress-free football.
They're going to do it again this year.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I don't think it'll happen again, but 70 points is just it was baffling sitting there in person. I was baking in the sun. And we weren't in the sun. We were in the shade. But
you sunburned?
It was hot. It was hot out there. No, all in the shade, boys. We're on the home side.
All right, good. I was worried about you getting sunburned. I was like, I hope you wear sunscreen.
You think Stoney's going to be in the sun?
I forgot to remind you, too, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah. It was humid. It was humid.
Yeah, but it was.
But week 3 in the books. It was Victory Monday for the podcast. It's been a great time,
It has.
Got more football tonight. Go check us out on YouTube. This podcast will officially be up on Apple and Spotify. We finally figured out the technical difficulties there.
Yep.
So check for that later today. Check back for Off the Gridiron if you're a Texans fan and you want to hear more of a deep dive on the Texans-Jags game. Hit the subscribe button if you're on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube at Apollo HOU. Follow us on social medias at Apollo HOU. Boys, another great week of football. 3 weeks down.
Yep.
Victory Monday. Football, baby.
Just football, baby. Watch football.